Hello, everyone, and welcome to WWH Podcast Season 2, Episode 3. I am Watchtower here, and I'm always not alone. I am here with the return of Demmie May, and also I am here with a very special guest as he requested it. That is none other than Devin Copeland. So, Devin, how are you doing so far?
So far, I'm doing pretty good. And no, don't adjust your headphones or anything like that. You're not listening to AJ Styles talk. You're listening to Devin Copeland.
You do sound a bit like a.
Yeah.
I'm not AJ.
Okay, alright, well, moving on. Demi, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
You're
Bit
fine.
hyper, but we're good.
Okay. Now, it seems like a lot of things have happened this week on, or at least this past week on Showdown. We're having our European tour. We're in the last leg of the European tour. We're in Germany this week because Grindhouse is taking place in Stuttgart, Germany. Now, last week we were in Italy, Rome, Italy, and let's just talk about that for a little bit. And also, Devin, it seems that you have some stuff to say as well, correct?
Uh, Trust me, there is not enough time in this podcast for me to even begin to talk about what I would like to talk about.
Okay. Well, let's get over Showdown real quick. The results. Um, we'll quickly go over it. Now. First match, it was Red Dragon and Quint McCain. Quint got the win, and it was very well done overall for both. Um, Red Dragon was surprised by the loss. It was a, but Quint's been doing pretty well for himself. The second match, it was John Blade versus Jake Orton, and Jake Orton got the win. But
I still don't understand the fight afterwards.
the fight was Red Dragon came down to help Jake Orton beat up John Blade, because John Blade made an open challenge to anybody, and Jake replied, but so did Dragon, it would seem. So they both wanted to gang up on John Blade, I guess kind of signaling that it's a triple threat. But Quint came down, made the save, so now to even up the odds, and now it's a double tables match with Quint and John Blade going against Red Dragon and Jake Orton.
Real quick, I do want to put this out. John Blade is the exact reason why I'm on commentary table. He is
John
why
Blade-
I am not an active competitor anymore.
He's a legend. Get over it.
All right, now the third match was, I believe, if I can remember correctly, because a lot of things have been going since then. It was the Soulless Sisters going up against Violent Violet and Soraya Waters. And Soraya,
You know, she doesn't seem that violent.
she can get pretty violent. I mean, she did beat Bailey the week before.
Yeah, but she still doesn't seem that violent.
Well, we'll see this.
I mean, you're
well,
talking to the demonic princess, and you're telling me that she's violent.
Well, we haven't seen her get to that point yet since this Sunday. She's been added to the Bombshells title match. We'll talk about that a little bit. Now, she and Soraya beat the Soulless Sisters, and Violet's basically making it known that she's going after the Bombshells title. But now, since like I said just now, she's been added to it, so now it's a triple threat. But the difference is it's a triple threat 1,000 light tubes death match.
Okay.
So the whole
And that's going to be a fun one to call.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting because
Was Riley anything to do with that match?
a little bit.
I thought so.
Riley's a sick bitch, okay?
Oh yeah, definitely. But she's cool.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody doesn't realize what it is, what a 1,000 light tubes death match is, the light tubes are attached to the ropes. So you have the regular ropes, but there's light tubes taped onto there, or tied onto there, whatever you want to go by. And then you also have light tubes with weapons that are taped together. They're wrapped around tables, they're wrapped around chairs, whatever, basically. And You just go on and have fun with it. So also,
Sounds like my kind of match.
yeah. Following that, um, I believe it was the next match after it was um, Aaron Vegas versus Dean Ambrose, which was actually a pretty good match too. But what happened after was Blackout came down and attacked both of them because he hasn't been liking how things going. I mean, he lost the week before, but he still attacked Aaron no matter what. And then he lost at Event Horizon, in that very dangerous match. So it's almost as if something's, it's been kind of going a downward spiral, but he's still in there showing like he's going down putting up a fight, so to speak. But then what happened after was Equinox comes down and just basically cleans house.
If you ask me, all it is every single one of these guys who are involved in this fatal four-way this Sunday, they're all scared of Aaron Vegas. If you've noticed, he has come in week after week, has won every match that he's been a part of, and what has happened every time?
He's always on the ground laying like her.
That's because they are scared of him.
That could be.
Oh yeah.
And also, since Equinox, cleaned house, he pretty much said he's the fourth guy in Innovation X. So now it's set. It's good to go, and it'll be interesting to see that. It'll be because I guess this is Equinox's preferred type of match. He likes doing extreme stuff. So.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen very much extreme stuff from him other than Wimpy beating up someone after a match.
That could be. Now, after that, we had the Consumption, or EC, go up against the New Day and Everett Aloni.
Consumption are just a bunch of babies.
And the Consumption won.
All right, Demmie.
Yeah.
You just got so much respect in my eyes. I am so sick and tired of Randy Fields getting in my face. I have done nothing to garner this kind of attention from him. I don't know what the hell is going on with the guy, but he needs to get out of my face before I come out of retirement.
Oh, please do. Please do. Whoop his ass.
I'm getting so sick of it.
I mean...
I knocked him down one pedestal. Nick then knocked him down another. Please come off and actually pull that pedestal right from under him. He needs to fall flat on his face.
Well, this week they did get the win. They beat the New Day and Everett. Now, with that said, they earned a tag title shot because Matthews and Jacob ones or at least I believe Matthews got the pin, so Matthews and Cass have decided that they're the ones that are going after the New Day for the tag titles.
By the way, I'm just wanting to put this out for a second. During that 6-man tag team match, can someone explain to me where in the hell Lillian Garcia came from, and also why she was announcing Randy Fields as the World Heavyweight Champion?
I have no
Has she gone drunk?
Maybe.
Perhaps.
I thought you perma-banned that bitch from the ring.
Well, we released her, and she hasn't been herself ever since. So
she needs to lay off the drugs.
Maybe, I don't know. We don't.
Well, maybe she needs to just hang around with Fields and sucking his dick and getting the weed in her system that way in order to stop doing the drugs.
Praise the gods! Someone said it. Someone said it.
Yeah. Oh, she said it, not me. So now the main event. It was a very good match in itself too, but in the end we had Carson and Reaper getting the win. And what was happening after was they decided to continue the assault on Sanderson. Caleb was hurt. He was out of the ring. But then Equinox came down again, and with a chair this time, because he did it before. And
what is going on with him? Either he's in one match or he's... What the hell?
He had no right to come down there and save Nick Sanderson.
No, beat him both.
Absolutely no right.
Yeah. And then after it, after he saved Nick, Carson and Reaper left, got out of the ring, and if you heard the live, well, not the live feed, but you can hear the mic from that camera, you can hear Carson says like, you know, you're something something boy. So obviously Carson was pissed, but in the end, he and Reaper did get the win. So
And Carson had a right to be pissed about that. Equinox was sticking his nose in business it didn't belong in. He needs to be focusing on Blackout, Aaron, and Dean if he's going to be focusing on anyone.
Well, if he's that scared of Aaron, why is he getting attacked? Why is he coming along and attacking
Exactly.
Carson and Reaper? I mean, if he's that scared of Aaron, I mean,
Then
come
he
on.
should be terrified of Carson and
Yeah,
Reaper.
exactly. You can't compare the two. You can't.
mm,
You can't be scared of Aaron or whatever his name is, and then go and attack Carson and Reaper. You can't do that.
right,
I mean,
it's got a point.
seriously.
Got a point.
And people say that my best friend is a fruitcake. I mean, seriously, he's ending up as a fruitcake.
Well, we'll see about that. Now, Devin, let me ask you a quick question. How are you doing with Rain as as commentary? You two seem to, you know,
She's a dumb bitch. That's all it comes down to is she's a dumb bitch. She has no idea what in the hell she's doing out there. She's trying to make me look like the bad guy whenever all I'm doing is calling it exactly
You're
how I
speaking
see
the
it.
truth.
Exactly. I'm speaking the truth. And she's trying to make it to where everyone thinks that I'm the bad guy whenever I'm not. I'm calling the matches down the middle.
well, that could be true too. No,
Maybe she's fucking them all.
what?
I said maybe she's fucking all the people that she's complimenting and trying to make sure that you're not being too horrible about them all.
I've heard some weird noises coming from over on her side of the table.
Exactly.
So
Wouldn't it be like obvious though?
I don't know. Some bitches are just bikes.
Okay. All right. Well, now let's move on to Grindhouse. It's taking place in Stuttgart, Germany, and it'll be this Sunday or Monday if you're in in Europe. Or actually, yeah, we'll go with that. And we have the double tables match between John Bay, Quentin McCain going up against Jake Orton and Red Dragon.
Yeah, I still don't understand that. You can explain it a million times. I still don't understand.
Yeah, that's why I don't bother trying. So.
Yeah. No, I just don't understand.
Okay, fine.
you just had to have been there, I guess.
Yeah, it was more of it's that saying. It's like you just had to be there to get it. So, all right, match 2, we have the World Tag Titles, and it's in a ladder match with the New Day with Kofi Kingston and Big E going up against the EC with Matthews and Cass.
Please tell me the EC lose, please. Don't let Randy have a smoke.
As much as I absolutely hate it, I do not foresee a future where New Day walks away with the tag
Oh
titles.
no, I don't. But I just hope to God, I will pray to Lucifer himself if it means the EC lose.
And actually, I just had a thought about this, which I hope this isn't the case, but if Matthews and Cass do walk away with the tag team titles, is EC going to enact the Freebird rule where any 3 of the members can defend it?
Please don't.
No, I don't think so. I think if anything, I think Fields is going to concentrate on his own thing, and while Matthews and Cass are ruling the tag division, if they win, of course. All right.
Well, it would be about time that Randy concentrates on something.
Well, we'll see. Match 3, we got the Bombshells title, and that's the triple threat 1,000 light tubes death match between Bailey, Danny Midley, and Violent Violet.
I'm looking forward to that match because I'm hoping that we actually have decent bombshells now.
Well, so far they've been putting in a good amount of effort. I mean, the only problem is we haven't really seen Bailey do a lot.
No, everyone's saying, "Oh yeah, Bailey this, Bailey that." Where is she?
Bailey's washed up.
Oh, that.
That's all it is Bailey is washed up. There is no way she's walking out as the champion, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now who's walking out as the champion. It's going to be Danny Midley.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Is it?
You want to know how?
Is it because it's? Are you just being biased since you two are, you know?
Well, considering she's been spending a lot of time with me training, and she's picked up quite a few moves here and there off of me. And, I mean, come on, she's training with Devin Copeland.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. So, but
Didn't she be disqualified because that's just unfair advantage?
That.
Whatever works. Whatever works. It's a 1,000 light tubes death match. There are no rules. There's no disqualification.
Right.
Danny Midley can go in there, and she could murder all these people for all I care. But she's walking out as the champion.
I mean, there is there is that dangerous part though that everybody's gonna be scarred up and there's gonna be blood everywhere. So, I guess the best precaution is don't wear like a two-piece gear if you want your stomach and all that to
Yeah.
be safe or at least not as scarred up. All right, now match 4 is the Extreme Underground title. It's an Innovation X match, and it's going to be also it's Innovation X. Yeah, we've got Dean Ambrose, Blackout, Aaron Vegas, and Equinox.
Now, just real quick, just so that we can clear the air on this, can we get an explanation on what the hell an Innovation X match is?
I believe
You don't even know, and you're the one calling the shot.
I know what it is. It's now if anybody remembers, I mean, if anybody remembers a while back the Ultimate X match,
Yeah.
Correct.
like years ago.
Yeah.
That's the baseline for it. Now, since Riley, she likes to keep a lot of secrets from me. She's coming up with this. She only told me a little bit here and there.
Well, maybe I need to go bug ride.
Now, from what she told me is that underneath, I mean, you know, that's the baseline. So you're gonna have the 4 towers, and the wire, and all that, and the belt's gonna be in the middle. But the tricky part is also trying to survive the bottom because underneath it is, from what she told me, is gonna be barbed wire spider web, and also C4.
He has a thing for barbed wire.
It's
What the fuck? Is she trying to kill people?
She was trying to kill me earlier this year. She seriously has a thing for barbed wire.
I mean, and also let's point out she didn't
Seriously,
add
spent
she
much time with Eliza.
look, just be glad that she didn't add explosions to the thing.
Oh yeah, please don't. That fucking killed me.
So, you know, it's like, yeah, you get the bell, but you also got to make sure you can climb off the wires too.
I still think.
Oh,
Aaron's
we've
gonna
got
win.
we've got barbed wire, we've got C4, but thank God we don't have explosions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, but it's also the kind of barbed wire where if you fall, it'll wrap around you. Like like how those.
I wouldn't like to be any of them actually trying to walk back from the arena to or from the hospital to the hotel, dripping blood everywhere.
That's true. I mean,
I wouldn't like to be that. And
I
I wouldn't like
hope-
to see their bills for their rooms when
I
they've
mean,
got blood everywhere.
I mean,
I hope you have made precautions with the local police department
yeah,
to
we did.
make sure that they.
Yeah, we did. I mean, Logan's gonna be there. He's chief of medicine. He already has his staff on call, ready to go.
Because I would hate for some of these guys to walk around blood all over their face and
Oh no, like remember, if any
Germany
I mean,
Germany think that the Holocaust too has happened.
wow,
Yeah.
you brought that up. Okay, well, you went there.
I'm Devin Copeland. I'll bring up whatever the fuck I want to bring
I
up.
mean,
I like you, Devin.
you were. I mean, you.
You say it how it is.
I mean, you were there in front of the 30-minute barbed wire explosions match. Blackout, his pectoral muscle literally showed up, like it was out of his body. like you had the regular skin, it was cut open, then you actually saw some of the meat actually out.
Is it bad that made me miss in ring competition?
No, that's not bad. You'll be fine though. You'll be all right. All right.
You should definitely come back.
All right. Let's talk about the next match, and that's the international title, and that's the Asylum match. This is Scotty Payne's creation. So he is the special referee.
Scotty Payne is still around.
Yes, he is. And he's the special
That-
referee, and it's going to be Caleb Foster versus Reaper. And like last week, Reaper has been showing very strong progress. I mean, he's been owning Caleb a lot lately.
I've always liked Reaper.
I think he has his number. I think we might see a new international champion.
I think, well, considering the fact that when was the last time Caleb Foster has actually won a match?
Oh,
The last pay per view,
One
correct?
championship.
yeah, I believe the last pay per view he won, and then I believe
I'm pretty sure he has not won a single match since.
yeah, it's new competition. People are coming in. They want that international title. It's a very important title, and Caleb has a target on his back, and he's pretty much the new guys are hungry. They want that title.
Not to mention, I've noticed a change in Reaper ever since he lost in that first round in the contenders tournament against Carson Hawthorne.
Mm.
It seemed like that really struck a nerve with him.
Yeah, it's. I think what it did was it just motivated to do better, like even more so than what he was doing. Because I think to him in his mind that was his, I guess you could say, his big break, so to speak. Like if he beat Carson, then he moves on like oh shit, I'm still in this. But now he's making a bigger name for himself in the international.
Hmm.
So it's what makes. I mean, hats off to him. More power to him. He's doing very well. Caleb, I don't know what's going on with him.
I don't know.
So
He seems to I don't know. He's not himself. Not himself.
yeah. So now moving on, it's match 6. It's a TLC gang warfare match between the EC with everybody with Randy Fields, Chris Matthews, and Jacob Cass going up against Unstable with Jason Cash, CJ O'Donnell, and a mystery partner that they haven't announced yet.
Unstable's got something up their sleeve with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
And
I don't know. It's very. I mean, it's a good thing in a way because It's like they don't talk about it, they don't bring it up, but apparently they got somebody outside of WWH to be part of it, but they don't want to bring him in until the day of the pay per view.
That's got
speaking of
flying
that third man, has anyone seen that vignette that guy put up?
But
I mean,
I
that
have.
was that
That was That was weird. Very
it
weird.
was weird.
it was
It was very weird.
It was. That threw me off guard big time. I was like, what the hell is that?
I mean, I'm used to weird stuff, but that was still weird.
Yep. So, I think we know Fields, Matthews, and Cass, but since Unstable is coming in as a unit, it'll be very interesting to see how they act because this is a gang warfare match. It's just a regular TLC match, but with 6 people instead, and the briefcase is gonna have, I believe, $6 million in there. So
$6 million.
$6 million are on the line. So whoever tries to get up to there, they'll that like I mean to
I just hope Randy loses.
like if the consumption wins, that's just like an added bonus to them.
No, I just hope they lose.
If
I've got a feeling that Randy's going to be in for
Oh, Randy.
a rude
will be-
awakening.
Yeah, I hope that Randy brings his best and then falls flat on
Not to
his face. in this
mention-
match.
Not to mention, at this point, it's basically going to be a 3-on-1 handicap match because you're going to have Matthews and Cass are going to be absolutely wore out after having already
yeah.
competed in a ladder match.
That's true. I mean, and especially since it not only, I mean, it may be a ladder match, but hell, there might be tables involved too. Knowing the New Day and such, like they want to make sure that they walk away with the tag titles. They're the ones defending. They don't necessarily have to beat Consumption, so to speak. They just got to make sure that they don't, that they just walk out with the titles.
Yeah.
Consumption's should be the one trying to, decide how to beat them. But you did make a good point there, Devin. Like it's technically going to handicap, and who knows how hurt Matthews and Cass will be after that ladder match? Like hell, there might be dislocations at least. You know,
Are they even going to be able to walk out for that match?
that's a good point too. So we'll find out. We'll find out.
Oh, please say that they can't, and then just have Randy beaten to a pulp.
Okay.
Please.
Now
That would be icing on the cake.
I've got a serious feeling that Randy is not going to be able to walk after this match is over with.
Please tell me that he was.
I mean,
I will have a party. I will pay for every single person in WWH to come to my party. I will provide the drugs and the drink, and we will party all night if he does.
wow, that's a.
Please let him lose.
Well, also let's not forget too that there could be still other weapons from the previous matches still probably hanging around too. So there could.
I don't care.
I mean,
just
so
as long as he loses.
so you never
Beat him to a bloody pulp.
know. Like you'll probably there may be some barbed wire under the ring or something, or some light tubes and such. Like, but
Anything, everything, just beat him to a pulp. That's all.
you just really don't like Randy.
I don't. He stole my brother, man.
As much as I would love to continue to just rip on Randy, just real quick, I do have to ask, Watchtower, do you know who this third man is?
I do.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I got introduced, and everything's good to go on that front.
I'm very intrigued by that.
And also
I might
they
just spend some more time in the rafters and see if I can spy.
and also they've met Riley as well, and she's perfectly fine with it as well.
Or I could just go talk to Riley. That might work.
Oh, she doesn't. Yeah, good luck with that. I mean, now moving on, we have the main event, and that's the World Heavyweight title, and it's an old school blue bar steel cage match between Nick Sanderson and Carson Hawthorne.
Can we talk about how impressive this rise that Carson has had really has been?
This is true. He's been doing very well. He's pretty much shown that he wants that world title.
Yeah, where's
he-
Nick been for the past few weeks? Like, I've been here for a few weeks, and I've barely seen him.
He's been with us on the tour, and he's had his matches as well. But
Yeah, but I've barely seen him.
that's you. You hang out on.
No, but none of the people that I hang around with have actually seen him.
I don't know. But I think he's been probably concentrating, working out, training, because Carson's pretty much has his number.
And see, this is where I believe the difference is between the two. You see, Nick, he hasn't exactly been around for this tour. Yeah, he's been here and there, but throughout this whole tour, Carson has been there week after week after week, proving more and more of his dominance.
See,
And
I've been really impressed with Carson these
And
past
what
weeks.
and what perplexes me so much is that Carson is still coming into this match as the underdog.
That's true.
Yeah, that confuses me.
See, on the last podcast, who was that with again? It was Harley Hunter and Paul St. Clair. Yeah. Okay, both of those, they both believe that there isn't any kind of universe where Carson is walking out as the champion, and that to me,
Yeah, I think Carson will walk out.
it's confusing.
That's true.
Because you cannot deny what he's been able to bring to the table. He's only been here since, what, April? We're now in June. That's only 3 months in, and he's already getting a world championship match. Not only that, but the kid's career didn't start until the beginning of the year. Yeah, me and him had that interview a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, he's a little cocky, brash, arrogant, and quite frankly, he's a douchebag, but you cannot deny the skill that he brings to the table.
This is true. This is definitely true. And I think, honestly, at first when he was part of that tournament, he probably thought I might not make, because he was facing against Reaper. So since Reaper was pretty much still a big monster, he probably thought he didn't have a chance. But in the end, he got the win and he moved on.
See, I liked him from the moment I got here. The first week I saw him, I was like, Well, okay, I'm not going near the championships for a while now.
Mm,
Forget that.
well,
I'm just
Af-
happy on my own over here. Don't need that.
that's where I do have to disagree with you, though. Watch is, I've sat there and I've talked to this guy. I do not believe there is a single brain cell inside of him that has ever believed that he was not going to come out on top of that tournament as the winner. And it's going to be the same way with Grindhouse. I know that this kid doesn't believe there's going to be a chance that he doesn't walk out of this steel cage match as the world champion. I mean, he's already come out and straight up said that he believes that Nick Sanderson is scared of him.
that's true.
I wouldn't be surprised if he is.
That is
Because he hasn't been
that
seen.
is definitely true.
So is he hiding from Carson? What's going on?
Who kn-
And not to mention that Nick has been having a lot of help brought to him in his world championship reign. He had the help from Jason Cash to actually win the championship. He had the help from Caleb in order to be able to basically make up for his lack of actually being there in that tag team match. And then Equinox came out and had to help him from getting a beatdown. So whenever he gets locked inside this steel cage, it's just going to be him and Carson. There's going to be any help from Jason. There's not going to be any help from Caleb. There's not going to be any help from Equinox. It's just going to be him and Carson. And that's where I do believe that we're going to be seeing a new world champion.
So let me ask you this, Devin. Do you think, in your view, do you think Sanderson is either a paper champion or I guess the wrestling term is transition champion?
Basically, that's all he is to me, is a paper transitional champion. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that Jason Cash came in to screw over Randy Fields in their Hell in a Cell match, I don't even believe that Nick Sanderson would be champion right now. As much as I hate to say that because I hate Randy Fields with a passion, but
See, I think he's just as bad as when Randy Fields first won the championship. And he was nothing but a paper champion. And that's all Nick has become, is just the same kind. Just the exact
and
same. And he's hidden away. And when, at the beginning of the year, the one thing I was moaning about was Randy always hiding away. Never coming to the shows or doing anything. Every time he had a match, he'd always get somebody else to come round and always interject in the match. He would never face someone one-on-one. And that is exactly what Nick is doing.
He's got that's a point. That's actually an interesting point there. So we'll see what happens. I mean, we can't really just say that he's not training and all that. So who knows what's going on with Sanderson?
I mean, I don't doubt that the guy isn't training right now. I mean, if I was him, I would be training because Carson's a legitimate threat to his world title reign. And if he wants to be able to keep that title, he's going to have to get in all the training that he can get.
This is true.
I mean, I seen the video where Carson was training, and for God's sakes, he was inside of an abandoned prison cell, punching a concrete wall until his knuckles were bleeding.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we haven't seen what. I mean, we haven't sent any camera crew or anything to actually see where Nick's at. As far as his training goes. So
And knowing him, he's probably off in Japan for whatever reason, training off in some dojo, meditating like a
Probably.
monk or something.
true. I mean, it could be true. So we'll just leave it that.
That might be why we haven't seen him very much.
That could be, but we'll leave that up in the air for now. Now let's talk about Showdown. It's taking place in Köln, if I said that right, Koln, Germany, and this is basically the last stop, at least for TV. We still have one more house show after that, and then we have Grindhouse, and then we go back to the States. Um, and after that, we're also about to start getting ready for Shogun. That's happening in August, I believe. So we're going to be doing a Japan tour as we're doing the tournament over there.
Shogun was later last year.
Was it? I think was it September?
It was in like October.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Because I was part of
okay.
it. It was
I
in October.
most likely I probably pushed it up then because pay-per-view scheduling. Um, But aside from that, yeah, we're about to start getting everything ready for Shogun. And with the new crop of talent that's coming in, it'll be very interesting on who's going to represent what. So that'll
Hmm.
be for later. So for now, we have 12 matches for Super Showdown, and some of them are debuts. So let's just quickly go over them. We have Chet Finley going against Chris Kane.
Wait, Chris Kane
For
is back.
for God's sakes, why did you ever hire him back?
He needed a job, but so far he's been kind of iffy. So
And I need a blowjob, but that doesn't mean I'm hiring a hooker to do it.
did it?
Just because the man needs a job doesn't mean you need to take him in.
No.
No, but I it was one of those, you have your last chance, so to speak. So,
Are you sure it wasn't a drunken mistake?
well, I wasn't the one that hired him, so
Who was it that hired
that
him?
would probably be one of the public relations people.
Are you sure they
They
weren't
probably
drunk?
were.
Fire them.
They probably were drunk, so
Or were they
Fire
high?
them.
they'll get talking to. So I'll I'll deal with them. Anyway, match two, we've got I believe two debuts, and that's Lyra Jacobs going against Sapphire Marino.
I have no idea
Well,
who these
they're new
two people
people,
are.
so they're new.
Yes, but I've never even heard of them, even
I
if they
feel
are
like I feel like around the grapevine I've heard of Sapphire Marino,
Okay.
but it's one of those things that you kind of hear the name, but you don't really know anything about the
Like
person.
See, I recognise the name Lyra, but I don't recognise her last name, so I don't
so in a
know.
way, it's kind of like you heard the name, but you never put the face to it. Gotcha.
Exactly. So I feel like it's going to be really interesting to see her in action and see how that ends up
Yeah.
going.
Match three, we've got Terrence Kincaid, I believe that's how you say his last name, going against Seth Rollins.
What happened to?
Yeah.
Never mind.
We'll just leave it at that. We'll just
Never
leave it at
mind.
that. We'll just
Never
leave-
mind.
Yeah.
Match four, we got Robert Saints going against Travis Dane. Travis Dane made his debut, well, segment wise at least, last week, and
See, I like Travis Dane. He seems pretty cool.
is it
But
because
I know
is it
Robert Saints.
because you both are from the native land of England?
Maybe.
There you go. So
But I know Robert Saints, but it depends on whether he brings his little Saints army.
that's true.
The ring.
Match five, we got Lucy Midley, Danny's sister, going against Annalise.
Danny has
Yeah.
a sister.
Danny does have a sister.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, going against Annalise Vance.
She's
Yeah,
still
she's
here.
still here.
What's she been doing? Because I haven't
She's
seen her.
been mainly in dark matches, but she's been putting in the effort. So,
Hmm.
match six, we got Brad Blevins going against Chris Orton.
Okay.
You're already like,
I think at this point Brad just needs to retire.
Well,
He's starting to get up there in
both of them
age,
just-
and it's starting to show.
okay, all right,
Both of them just need to retire.
okay, all right. Jeez.
And actually, for that point, Chris Orton needs to retire.
That's what I just said.
Oh boy. All right. Match seven,
Sorry.
Alicia Hicks, who's good friends with John Blade, going against Pandora Barrett.
Wait,
when did
Pandora
Pandora's
Barrett?
box
Yeah.
came back? I thought Pandora's box was broken open and left in the middle of the ring a
Well,
long time
apparently
ago.
it got repaired, so there you go.
Okay.
Oh my
Someone needs to break
Lord.
that box.
Just we'll just leave it at that. Matt.
Tower, you need to have a talk with your talent relations people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
Seriously, someone needs to be fired
Well,
along
that's-
here because someone's making wrong
well, we
decisions.
just hired a new head of talent relations, so I think they're going to be on that job of talking to the people of scouting talent and such. So,
Good.
all right, match 8. We've got, if I can say this right, J.K. Jaden, or
Yeah,
or
that's
Jay.
right.
I'll just say Jay. I'm saying
JK.
Jay. Deal with it. I'm saying
JK.
Jay. Just deal with. Just shut
JK.
up.
Just called him
Okay,
Jaden.
Jaden. We'll say Jaden. Going against another newcomer, Kenneth Nobleman.
I'm going to go ahead and put this out right now. Kenneth
Mm.
Nobleman is going to come out on top of this.
Oh, okay. All right. Strong.
Mm.
JK, it's JK.
Yeah, JK's just a dick.
I said I wasn't going to do it. I said I wasn't going to do it. I did it
All right.
anyways.
Okay. All right.
I went.
All
I
right.
went
You
there.
went there.
Yeah, JK's just a dick. JK is Colby's friend.
Okay.
You can beat him up as much as you want. He's a dick. He's an asshole.
All
Please
right.
do.
Match 9. We got Sky Dawkins going against Lacey Vicious. Sky Dawkins has been doing all right. She's kind of in the middle, I guess you can say, of as far as improving and not improving. She's like in the middle, and I think she's trying to see where she wants to go as far as her goals and such. Lacey's pretty much the same way. Well, Lacey needs to improve a little more.
Yeah, Lacey needs to get
She
ahead
needs to start. She needs to start getting in that attitude of what her last name is.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
she's supposed to be vicious. Yeah.
I think there's a couple of people that need to figure out what their names are.
Match 10.
Stop your legs and actually start focusing on your match.
Match 10. We've got Johnny Havoc or Havoc, however you want to say it, going against Madcap.
Okay, I just want to put this out right now. I was at ringside whenever Madcap made his unofficial debut over on the Dark Card a week
Yeah.
or so ago. This dude freaks me the fuck out.
Really?
Oh, I find him fascinating.
Like,
Of course the
you know,
weird
I-
person says that.
I do.
well, like,
Seems
listen,
pretty
I
cool.
I used to be kind of like that. I used to have that dark persona to me. Of course, now I've matured and moved past that, but this guy brings a whole new level to what the meaning of madness is, and the dude terrifies
learn
me.
things from him.
Like, the dude
learn
terrifies me.
things on how to terrorize people even more.
Like, ever since he debuted, I refused to go anywhere near the boiler room. Because I know that's where he's holding himself up at.
How do you know?
I might have to go in the rafters
How
and
do you-
see. I'll go
How do you
spy.
know for sure? I mean,
Well, he's creepy, but he's not exactly... What's the word
have
I'm
you heard
looking for here?
noises coming from there?
Well, I've heard noises, and there's that, and he's not exactly quiet about where he holds himself up at. Like, I've heard some chatter around, and I know of a few people who know that that's basically where he's being held up at.
I
Not to
need to
men-
check it out.
Not to mention, if you ever go in there, you can see, like, graffiti all over the walls and what looks like a freaking, like, circus tent off in the back, and I'm just like, hell no. Just, no. I'm getting away from here.
I might need to go introduce myself.
Oh boy. All right, now match 11. We have Joey Flash going against Black Solar.
Every time I see Black Solar's name, I always think of that Soundgarden song, Black Hole Sun.
Won't you come?
Oh, for God's sakes, don't ever do that again,
All
Watch.
right, just saying. All right, now the main event. It's actually a pretty good main event for Showdown this week. We have Niobe Martin going against Lacey Von Erich.
Wait, if Niobe Martin is in the main event, this seriously isn't.
It's
A good
it's
main
not
event.
that bad for me, especially
No.
since everyone that's on Grindhouse they're at
True.
Stuttgart already. They're getting ready and they're doing appearances too to build it up. So this is a good main event for what is in Con. I'm gonna go with that. So it's Lacey's. She's been in title contentions. Niobe's a former tag champ, so these both of these ladies want to get back into the title hunt, at least in some capacity.
And, like, I can understand where you're coming from with that. Not to mention that Lacey Von Erich was able to take out Robert Saints to move on in that contenders tournament before eventually being knocked out by Cass. So,
See, I don't have a problem with Lacey. It's the Niobe. I mean, seriously.
I don't know enough
Her in
about
the
her.
main event.
Let's
I mean, what's going on?
I mean, let's just go with the fact like if since she's in the main event, let's just hope that she just owns Lacey. You know what I mean? Like, is that gonna give her?
Yeah, that's not gonna
You don't think
happen.
so?
No,
All right.
that won't
Okay. All
happen.
right. Right. Now, of course, we do have some scheduled appearances on Showdown too. They requested this. So we got Scotty Payne, we got Bell, we got Ash Bash, we've got we
I love
got
it.
yeah
Ash Bash.
Yeah, he's
Is
cool.
this person for
yeah
real?
yeah
Yeah,
yeah.
Ash Bash.
hmm
he's Ash Bash Limited actually.
Well, Ash Bash for short, then I guess. Derek
Okay.
Kane, AJ Lee, Harlow Michaels, Tio Jacoba, and Paul Sinclair, and rounds it up. So it'll be an interesting showdown to say the least. Now, Devin, obviously you came here other than to be part of this. You basically wanted to get stuff off your chest. Is that correct?
Okay, first off, I have done so many interviews here over the past month or so involving Randy Fields. All this crap that started, it started with him. I don't know where in the world it came from, but just all of a sudden it was during that match that he had with Jason Cash back at the last pay per view. What was that, Event
Yeah, Event
Horizon,
Horizon.
correct? Okay. It all started there, and I have no idea where in the world it came from. It was just like, as soon as he seen me over on commentary table, something snapped inside of him to where he thought it would be a good idea to start distracting himself in the matches and start
It's
singling
because
me out.
it's because he knows you can beat him if you ever came back in the ring.
I don't know what in the world
He's
is the dude's
scared of you.
problem, but he needs to lay off of it because it's really starting to mess with my mind, and it's not messing with me in the good way.
Really?
Like, I don't know what in the hell the dude's problem is, but it's starting to piss me off because all I'm doing is I'm trying to be over on commentary like I was hired to be, and this guy just all of a sudden decides that he's going to try to make himself out to be the top dog. I'm assuming it's because I'm a member of the Hall of Heroes.
It could be.
No, he's scared of you.
That could
That's
be
what
it
it
too.
is. He knows you're better
I
than
mean,
him.
it seems like lately he's just going around almost as if he's a bully type deal.
And quite frankly, he needs to cut the shit because it's pissing me the fuck off. And I'm getting tired of it.
Come out of retirement for one match and whoop his ass.
Like, it's about to come to that point if he
And
does
send
not
him to
stop.
whatever hellhole he came out of.
It's getting to that point if he does not stop because I've got nothing to do with the guy. I've never talked to him before. I've never met him backstage or anything. The only thing I know about the dude is that he's a former 5-time world champion here. Okay, big whoop. And now all of a sudden you're wanting to come after me and then make it out to be like everything is my fault for what he's been doing. I mean, what the hell is that about?
That's true. Ever since it's like, um, I think personally, ever since Proving Ground, ever since he lost the title, he's just yeah.
Proving
That's
ground.
that's where that's where he lost the title to Sanderson,
Yeah, I thought so.
and it seems like he fell off the throne. I guess you can say. So now
Good.
he's. It almost seems.
And it was right around that point too was whenever I came back to be over on commentary. At this point,
He's
I view myself to be
Mhm.
retired.
He's
I'm
threatened. That's what it is. He's
you know
threatened.
I'm
Ego
I'm
has
not
been bashed.
I'm not a part of active competition anymore. All I did was, I came up to you. I said, listen, I still want to be a part of WWH, but I don't want to be a part of active competition. So you came up to me with the idea of being a part of commentary team. I thought that was fine. It allowed me to
And all,
continue to be
and
on
also
television
and also too,
without
you had a new person in range, so I needed someone to make sure that she was not screwing up.
exactly.
So
Exactly. So
Which
I thought
was
that was perfectly fine. It allows me to continue to be on television without having to be a part of the
mhm.
active roster. But it seemed like ever since that point, Randy has just all of a sudden decided that he needs to make it a point to, hell, I don't know, assert himself as being the top dog here, which, that's fine. Whatever. If you want to make yourself out to be like that, go ahead and do it. But don't do it to
Right.
me. I'm Devin motherfucking Copeland. If I want to come back from behind that commentary table, go in there and whoop his ass, I'll
It's
do it.
almost it's almost as
please
if
do.
you're tempted, like like you're just the rage is slowly taking over, so to speak.
I have not been a part of competition since probably earlier on the year. I had like one small match back in Demolition before it closed down, and that was it. At that point, I was done. I wanted to have that one match just so I could basically prove to myself that I still could. I could whoop the guy's ass. I don't even remember who it was. I think it may have actually been Chris Orton.
Could be.
I think it may have actually been. So basically, I proved to myself that I could still do it. Said, okay, I'm good. Come back for commentary because, this business still
Mm.
runs in my veins. I've been a part of this business for about a dozen years now. I
So
started back.
I remember you back when I was first here, but
See,
I was
I started back in a small little promotion called UCW. It was locally based around here in Kentucky. That was whenever I was 18. I'm currently sitting at 32 years old. So that actually makes it to where I've been inside of this business for 14 years now. I've done basically everything that I could possibly do for me to feel like I've had an accomplished career. I've even been inducted into two different Hall of Fames. I would say that's a pretty good career. But now all of a sudden, this Randy Fields motherfucker decides that he wants to go on Twitter and start calling me out, saying, "Oh, he's better than me because he's a five-time world champion." Okay, being a five-time world champion in one company does not make up against someone who is in two
But
separate
has he
Hall of
actually said
Heroes.
any of this to your face, or is he just hiding behind
Keyboard.
a little phone?
Well, it's the Twitter, it's all this crap where every time he has a match, he feels like it's necessary for him to get up in my face about it.
Yeah, but has he actually said it to you, or is he too chicken shit to actually say anything?
He has not gone directly up to me. He has only done
Right,
it
so
whenever
he's
we're
too
in front of a
so
television camera.
yeah, so he's too chicken shit to actually come up to you. Like I said, he's threatened. Nick Sanderson wrecked his ego. After that, he's taken out on anyone and everyone in his view. You came into his view. He's seen you. You're retired, and he knows you're still better than him, and you can
Well,
still
here's the
whoop
one
his
thing.
ass. So he's hiding behind a computer screen, hiding behind a phone screen, effing and blinding at you,
Here's
calling you out because he
I'm
knows he can
surprised that
never
he
win.
hasn't told Matthews or Cass to mess with you either. It's almost like
I bet they're too chicken
That's
shit to
because
do that.
that's because Chris Matthews and Jacob Cass are both smart enough to not fuck with me.
that, or yeah, that's true too. Or let's also throw this into it too, is that they got unstable to worry about.
Exactly. And that's exactly who Randy needs to be
And they've got
focusing
their
on. He needs to quit
championship,
focusing on me.
and they've got their championship match to focus on.
Well, that too, but I mean like in the past, like before.
Yeah, but they wanted to take over, so they've got that to deal with first. They're gonna do that before they even attack someone that has nothing to do with their
That's true.
matches, other than call them down the middle.
That's true. I mean, I don't know what's going on. With you two guys. I know Riley knows. You know, you know, she's been hearing some things during the meetings. You know, she said I think there was one time you were there, Devin, during the staff meeting that you just weren't yourself. you know,
How in the hell could I be
like
well, actually, if you ask me, I'm being more than myself. I am being the motherfucker who went out there. I won the Demolition Heavyweight Championship. I won the International. I won the World Tag Team, the Underground. I was a two-time No Limits champion. I won the Hardcore Championship. If you ask me, I am being more than
yeah, but
myself right now.
what she meant was during that meeting when we were having. that she was sensing like your mind was just clutter because it's because of Fields that he it's like he she was thinking that he got a little bit in your head.
Well, you can go back and you can tell Riley to quit being a dumb bitch.
Yeah, a lot of people tell her that. She just laughs it off.
Because Fields is not getting in my head. If anything, just me being out there on that commentary table is getting in
That
Fields'
is true
head.
too, because I've noticed when I was backstage watching from the gorilla position that there's certain cameras that we have, not like the actual like the actual live feed that you see on TV, but like other cameras. And I've noticed sometimes that Fields would look at you, like look back at you for some reason, as if almost as if he was like making sure that you stay there or something.
It's because he's afraid of the moment whenever I finally snap and come out of that commentary table and go and whip his ass.
That would be definitely interesting to see. I mean, that would be it would. I think
Please do, for the love of God, please fucking do.
that would be definitely that would.
Someone, anyone, I don't care if it's unstable, I don't care if it's you, Devin. Someone fucking end him.
Well, I had that interview with Fields and
Which is,
Cash,
I believe
and
it's either going up today or tomorrow, one of the two.
I think what I heard was that it was
Hmm.
supposed to be going up tomorrow. But after I had that interview, I talked to Cash a little bit afterwards, and I've I've been given more than a few hints about who this third man
Uh-huh.
is for Unstable, and trust me, Demmie, you're going to get your wish.
Yes,
I mean, now let's talk
please.
a little bit about Unstable.
I'll pay for any stripper, anything you want. Just fucking
Well,
kill him.
I mean, here's the thing. Let's just talk about Unstable for a little. They've been making a name for themselves. At least Jason Cash has been making a name for himself. Do you think he's the one to stop Randy Fields?
If it's
Yes,
not going to be Jason Cash, someone's going to do it.
please.
All it is a matter
Yeah,
of time.
that is definitely true. Let's get it.
Especially if he does not get his focus away from me and onto his
That
competition.
is true. That is definitely true. We'll see. We'll see what happens at Grindhouse. But first, let's go over a quick shout outs because we signed like 15 new wrestlers into the company. So let's just give them a quick shout out. We've got Renee Lee. She's the head of public relations. Sh-
Oh, so that's who you're supposed to be firing right now.
Not necessarily. Remember, it's probably her first day on the job, so she probably got nervous. I'll deal with her later. Another person, another shout out goes to Zoe Chaos. She's one of the new bombshells that recently signed. She'll be making her debut pretty soon after Grindhouse. Another one is Shelly Silver. Also, Bag Hul. I think that's how you say the name. Another is the Baron. And another one, Kimberly Payne. And this name is very tough to say. Arturia Pendragon. If that's how you say the name. Jay Savage, Drew Stevenson. Javen is still in talks. We just have to work out a couple more things. Raya Moretti, I think that's how you say it. GP and X. All those are new talent that recently signed, so they'll be making their debuts pretty soon. So WWH is growing. I think we're already close to 80 wrestlers now. So that's a lot.
I guess it's just because I was born in a different era, but where the fuck are these idiots coming up with these ring names?
Yep.
Like, for
Uh,
real.
ask them. Ask them.
Like, I seriously just heard you list someone as their ring name being
Yeah.
X.
Yeah, that's a bit
Yep.
confusing.
That is, yeah. Again, I'm sure once you.
No, They could be
I'm
more
sure once you
creative than
meet
that.
them, you could probably explain, ask why they named themselves X. So,
But then that's the same as that
well,
GP.
GP.
I mean, seriously, be a bit more creative.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's
Please.
true. I mean, I believe GP stands for Grace Phoenix. There you go.
I don't care what it stands for. Come up
So
with a better
you,
name. Or actually go by Grace Phoenix.
so you just don't. I think that's probably what she's. I think that's what she prefers to be called, but her real name is Grace Phoenix. So there you go. Um,
Demmie, remind me to get your number after this.
Oh.
already numbers are being exchanged. All right, now, on that note,
Oh God, I hope Danny's not listening to this.
she probably will, knowing her, because. Okay, all right. Now, on that note, we should just end it and call it a night there. So, I would like to thank everyone for listening on WWH.com, and make sure to subscribe, like, share, favorite, whatever you want to do on. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, WWHEFed.
I don't want everyone to
Well,
follow
you
me
have
on Twitter.
fans, right? So, you know.
Yeah, but I still don't want them
Okay,
to follow
fine,
me on
whatever.
Twitter.
And of course, make sure to follow on Facebook and Twitter at WWHEFed. Make sure to follow Devin here every week on Showdown, because he's apparently the main commentator. He does a good job. So
He is. He's the
I've
commentator
been
I pay
hearing good
attention
things
to.
about it. I've been hearing
Thank
good things.
you.
So there you go.
Welcome.
And of course, make sure to check out Demmie. She's always on Showdown too, causing havoc, Yep.
Always
So
around.
make
Come party with me
Yeah.
backstage.
that's definitely true too. So
I've always got a party going on. Come, join.
that's if the fans even want to, because I think they're scared.
Hey, when I party, there's no demonicness
Are you sure?
when it's party. Party
Are
time,
you
party
sure?
time. I am 100% sure. Party time is party time. There's alcohol, drugs, and we're just having a fucking good time.
Well, on that note, we say good night. See you on Showdown, and see you at Grindhouse. And make sure to tune in, enjoy. If you're there at the Stuttgart or even Cologne, make sure we do have meet and greets, signings, and all that stuff. So, hell, if you see Devin, it's okay to walk up to him. He'll sign.
Maybe.
That's if you don't.
Maybe.
That's if he's not in a bad mood.
It depends on how badly Fields
That
pisses
too,
me off
or
that
if
night.
Danny's with him, there's already a guarantee he has to sign. So, on that note, we say good night and see you on Showdown.